let's get to the Chrissy Distefano segment of the show. I love this. I love that history is back, and it's just, listen, we're not going to bombard you with it every day. Speaking of bombardment, today is the anniversary of the second atomic bomb dropped on Japan by the U.S. in World War II, struck Nagasaki. So it was unnecessary, unfortunately. Even though I'm an American patriot, I bleed red, white, and blue, and I love this country, and I am this generation's Hunter Biden. I know that second atomic bomb was not necessary. It was just dropped to show Russia that we have mad nukes, even though we only had 2. That we got mad nukes, and to not start a Cold War with us. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in this presidency. I mean, literally, Joe Biden might be like, you know what? I'll drop a nuke if you don't let Brittney Griner out of prison. If he doesn't find a way to get her out of jail, that's not good for elections moving forward, because all the Republicans will say is, I can get her out of jail. I could have gotten her out of jail.
Yeah, but then do you think that if he gets her out of jail, that they need to go look back at everybody who's in jail right now for marijuana?
I do. I think
that's why he doesn't want to do it, because it's like too much work.
You know what's interesting talking to TT about this is because TT, being a ex-inmate for a very long time, TT is just very black and white, even though she's Puerto Rican. She's just very black and white, and TT said that she was like, did she commit a crime in Russia? And I was like, yeah, she brought in weed. And she was like, did she know that was illegal in Russia? I was like, I'd assume so. She goes, if that's what it is, then she was like, then she has to go to jail. These are the laws. And I was like, you're saying that as an ex-inmate. And she was like, I broke the law. So she was like, I didn't want to be in prison for 20 years. She goes, but let me tell you something. She's like, all those motherfuckers in jail, they're all guilty. She was like, all of them. She was like, these stories that you see, oh, this person was exonerated. She was like, that's like 1 in a million. She was like, everybody goes into jail and is like, I'm innocent. She was like, they're not. Most of them are criminals. She's like, these one people that they prove it and they get out, that's great. She was like, and that happens. She was like, but in Russia, she was like, honestly, Jerry was like, even at my days when I was on drugs, acting crazy, she was like, I would never go into Russia and try to commit a crime. I just wouldn't do it. So she was like, I feel bad for her. I do feel bad for her, really. She was like, because I know how hard prison is, and I can imagine it's even worse in Russia. She was like, but I don't know what you want the Russian government to do. She committed the crime, and then you do the time. It's just very plain to her. So I was like, yeah, but like, don't you think, it's not right? She was like, yeah, I don't think it's right. I think nobody should be in jail for weed. She was like, but it's the laws right now. And I was like, and then you know what Jerry said, which is interesting? She was like, I don't think they're ever going to let her out. I was like, really? She was like, I don't think they'll ever let her out. She's like, they'll use her as a political prisoner. She was like, in jail, in American jail. She was like, so I would assume Russia is more corrupt. She's like, in American jail. She was like, I can't tell you how many motherfuckers just pissed off a CO for whatever and then get bullshit charges written up. She was like, and then you go to a bullshit little court in the back of the jail and they add 5 years to your sentence. She was like that. She was like, there are so many people in jail that should have got out years ago, but they had a corrupt CO and they go to, you have no rights if you don't have money for a lawyer, which most people don't. She was like, that's why she said, she was like, I was always nice to the COs because I wanted them to let me out. The whole goal of this is getting out. And she was like, I feel like in Russia, they're not going to let her out. And I was like, yo, I never even fucking thought about that.
I mean, it's just, what is the point of them even going there in the first place when there's a war? Like, get it fucking together.
Well, I think Brittney Griner was there 7-8 months ago because she plays for a Russian basketball team. That's why she was there.
Oh, I thought she's part of the WNBA.
She is part of the WNBA, but the WNBA, they don't make enough money, a lot of them, even the stars, to be like, to have like the living that they want to.
Would you take that deal? I'm not taking that deal.
To live in Russia? To go play ball in Russia?
I'm taking that deal.
So this is the real issue. It's just, about paying women what they're due.
Well, they got to get ratings.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Pretty sexist. So
that's
really
what it is.
Issue
Yeah.
is sexism.
I literally, if I was the WNBA, I would just put LeBron in a wig and just have him come out and play one season. Just get him. Didn't Trump actually say that? That he was like, my WNBA team would be the best. He's like, I'd put LeBron in a dress. Yeah.
That was my favorite movie back in the day.
Juwanna Man was fucking dope.